What's up, guys? It's Even10 here. In this video, we're going to be talking about my favorite mining ship in the entire game, or just my favorite ship in general, which is the Orca. I mean, it can do a million different things that I've mentioned in my previous videos, but in this one, we're going to be talking about solo high-sec semi-AFK mining. I'll just tell you right now, if this is going to be kind of like your active way of making ISK, it is not the best way by any means. You're honestly way better off interacting with other players, doing PvP, exploration, mission running. Literally anything is better than like AFK mining. But if you are watching Netflix and you want to run this program on the side to make a little bit of extra ISK, you can definitely do that. And it can be decently profitable. In this video, I was using augment and mining drones to help just get the best results possible. I was trying to find an empty belt as well as a system that hasn't had a Orca gank in a very long time, and I did believe I found a few of them, but I did eventually find a belt. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the skills here. I will admit I do not have absolute max skills in everything. I think the only things I don't have 5 out of 5 were the mining drone specialization as well as the industrial command, because both of those skills were going to take well over 20 and 27 days to skill up, and I did not want to make 2 months, wait 2 months to make this video just to say, hey, I got everything maxed out. I think this will be the skills that most of the miners have, which is 4 out of 5, which is high enough, as well as the augment and mining drones. So this will give you guys a really good idea of the number crunching we're about to do. So we'll go ahead and actually get into some cool visuals as well as some mining. All right, so I did do some high sec, obviously mining. I mined for almost 3 hours making this video. I didn't record the video the entire time, mainly just some highlights that did happen. But just out of sheer boredom, I was watching a bit of Netflix, but I did turn up the graphics as high as I could just because I wanted to see some of the beautiful visuals that was going on. And if there's a bit of lag, it is because I was watching Netflix in the background on this older computer, but it truly surprises me how old Eve is, yet it still looks truly amazing if you really crank up those graphics, in which is the sun rays hitting through those rocks, watching the lasers of the drones hitting the asteroids as well. It's really, really nice to see. Over these next few scenes, you'll actually see some of the asteroids exploding in their gloriousness. And as you'll see here, I really like how when the asteroids pretty much ignite, it kind of leaves like an orange glow that hits the other asteroids as well as your ships, and kind of leaves a nice dust cloud that lasts for probably like 10 to 15 seconds or so. So I try to get some cool angles of the sun as well as the Orca and just kind of showing what it looks like with the asteroid dissolving for the most part. And while I was just staring at the asteroid, I didn't notice that I was actually getting attacked by some pirates here in the background. And actually just to let them attack me here for a little bit, because one, we're in an Orca, but two, just the visuals from far away looks really cool with the lasers as well as the sort of like the hybrid turrets as well as some of the rockets hitting the side of the ship. I just thought it was a really cool visual seeing it from this perspective. So this video will be half about looking at some cool visuals as well as talking about some of the techniques I used for mining. But again, I was not going to let these pirates let me attack me for too long, so I did actually ended up taking them out eventually. Back to mining, I was again using augmented mining drones. I wanted to initially fill up my Orca all the way full, like including the cargo bay, the fleet hangar, everything like that. I ended up just settling on the ore hold as well as the fleet hangar because it just started taking way too long, and to be honest, I was recording this video pretty late at night, and out of nowhere this pirate actually just bumped the crap out of me. I don't know if he was with that previous fleet or whatever, but I'm surprised that a tiny little ship like that actually managed to nudge my ship. But eventually I did send my Imperial Navy issue, I believe that's an Acolyte, shooting it down. I had to use some light drones, the faction version, just so it's easier to track, because again, belt rats are very, very weak in high sec, and all you really need is tracking to take them out. And again, there I am again, just taking out some of those wrecks with the Salvager, just cleaning up the belt. I mainly do this just to show that I am, one, not AFK, and two, there's a lot of people that will show up in belts and loot your salvage wrecks to go suspect. Now, you are completely safe as long as you don't attack them, but again, I don't want to even give them the idea of showing up in the belt and try to suspect me. Even though I don't attack, they could get upset, get some of their friends, and come attack me later. So I just wanted to avoid that altogether as much as I could. All right, and with that being said, I was honestly just mining everything I could. We just didn't have the luxury being in an Orca of mining things really far away, so we couldn't just focus on Veldspar or anything like that. I just ate everything as much as I could in the belt, so I guess that's one advantage normal mining ships have over the Orca. Because the Orca, the orbiting distance of the drones as well as just the drone speed in general are quite slow, so you have to be really close to the asteroid in order for you to get the maximum yield and minimal downtime as possible for the drones to be able to get that ore and bring it back to your ship. So you have to be really, really close. And you just don't have that luxury of being anywhere between like 10 to 15 kilometers away like you can with the other mining ships. So again, actually in this visual, I just wanted to kind of I was playing around a lot with the look at and kind of like the tracking features of the drone as well as like the pirates and stuff. And this just got like a really cool visual of the drone shooting down some of the pirates. I loved the visuals and the sun rays as well as the drones. So there has to be something. I might do this in more future videos where I'm kind of like tracking the drones and things like that. Too bad you can't track the missiles that are actually flying in and hitting the ship like you can in some other like Bethesda games and things like that. But again, I do love the visuals of like the explosions as well as the lasers like hitting off of like the Orca's shield and things like that. It honestly just looks truly amazing. All right, guys, and this is our haul after 2 hours and 50 minutes of mining. We ended up actually getting about 32 million ISK worth of ore. And again, we just filled up the ore hold as well as the fleet hangar. I didn't even bother filling up the cargo hold because it was getting really late at night and I was getting pretty tired. And I figured mining 220,000 meters cubed worth of ore would give you guys a decent idea of how much ore you could get, whether it's worth it to do some of this Orca solo mining. In this part, I actually wanted to show you guys why I'm using the 500 mN Microwarpdrive. I love the fact that you can align, cycle that thing once and get a 10-second align time, which is really, really awesome. I just found it super annoying that it would take me 38, 42 seconds, you know, whatever your skills are looking like, to get in and out of belts as well as off the gates. So that's actually personally why I love using the Microwarpdrive on my Orca. And again, the fit will be down in the description below. As well as code. Sometimes code can show up in system, you know, with 20 or 30 catalysts specifically trying to target you, and you're going to be able to get out of the belt much, much quicker in a 500 mN Microwarpdrive in 10 seconds than it will take not having one. So that's personally why I have it, as well as just if you need to get somewhere that's, you know, 8, 10, 15 jumps away, you're going to cut literally dozens of minutes off of your time if you have the Microwarpdrive. So I went to go compress the ore in the forge. Obviously, this is an NPC station. I cannot do it here, so I actually had to end up going all the way to perimeter to get the forge pricing. And I'm going to get a little bit ahead of myself because we end up, again, getting 32 million ISK worth of ore. We compressed that into 41 million, but because I wanted to sell it immediately, I didn't want to wait around for pricing and things like that, you know, to sell it and kind of wait on it. I just sold it right away, and we actually ended up getting 38 million out of that. So out of 2.5 hours of mining and getting 38 million ISK, we're looking anywhere between 13 to 14 million ISK per hour based on my skills. And again, I was using augmented mining drones, so if you're using T2 mining drones, that number will be going down, probably a little bit closer to like 12 million ISK to 13 million ISK per hour. But if you do have higher skills like Industrial Command 5 as well as the Mining Drone Specialization 5, that could be a little bit higher. So again, this is all flexible in my opinion based on skills, and of course you're gonna have to make sure you have really high mining drone skills in an Orca to even make it worth it. You're probably looking anywhere between 12 to 15 million ISK per hour if you're gonna do some solo high sec semi AFK Orca mining. So and that pretty much comes in line with the other times I've done it as well. I know this is just one time, but this seems to be in line with some of the profits I've made prior. So if you guys like the video, I would appreciate it if you like, comment, subscribe, and if you guys have any questions about the fits or how to do some solo high sec Orca mining, put that down in the comments below as well. And I hope you guys fly safe.